Yeah, so I found it out game 4 or game 3 when they were like, "The Atlanta coming out of him," or something like that. I was like, "What?" I said, "He from Atlanta?" And looked, he went to cover. I forgot what high school he went to, but,
Yeah.
um but yeah, I was like, "Well, yeah, bro, he from the Metro Atlanta area," you know what I mean? So,
Hey man, it's it's a little heartbreaking. It is a little heartbreaking. I ain't gonna cap, but what's
a little
good?
heartbreaking.
Oh, snag, cause dang, I hit that record button. I should have told you. What's good, unconventional listeners? Thank you for tuning in to another episode. I actually used to do this because I ain't gonna be capped, but thank you for listening to another episode of Just Unconventional, the Grateful Take edition. I'm your host, Papa Dennis X Matt. I'm back here with Grateful Dave. We back for another episode. We got everything rolling. You can check out our last episode. We drop it anywhere you want to hear a podcast. And you had say you put the audio on your YouTube channel.
Put on YouTube, yeah, like I said, I know you got everything worked out, so the video version will be uploaded this time on YouTube, so I'm looking forward to that as well.
Alright, so yeah, we got that. We're gonna be on YouTube as well. So we rocking and rolling here. Me and my cousin, we was talking before the show really kind of kicked off, and I was telling him how I actually used to do that. I used to have like a little conversation going on when the show started, and then I kind of went into the intro just to give people a little bit of taste. So it was a little fun, but thank you for tuning in. We about to get you guys going. This is another episode of Grateful Take, a part of Just Unconventional. We got about three topics for you today because we got a lot going on. My cousin was talking with my dad for a little bit before we kicked out the show. He's seeing my son. He'll be 1 tomorrow, so that's a big milestone. So it's just a
Yeah.
lot of love around here. Just a lot of love, and we spreading the love. So it's a beautiful thing. But on today's episode, before I kind of kick it off with the Hawks before we go into the NBA playoff. Cause me and my cousin was talking about the Hawks. But on this today's episode of the Grateful Take, we're gonna talk about the NBA playoff update. My cousin has some stuff to say about the New York Knicks and how they've been dominated. Only thing I have to say is that the Atlanta Hawks was the last real competition that they had. But we'll talk about that another day. Yeah, that look you got right there. Hey, that was the last competition they had. They're the only team to beat them in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
only
true.
team to beat them in the playoffs. And we're gonna navigate over into the WNBA a little bit, talk about the WNBA, Angel Reese, the Atlanta Dream, and also Atlanta Braves. I told my cousin, see how he feel about the Atlanta Braves. Tell me what's going on with them. He also said he got some stats for me, and I also have a blind ranking for my cousin. So I'm gonna learn a thing or two about some teams. If you listening to this episode, you'll learn a thing or two about some baseball teams too, if you're curious. But without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and kick in. Cuzzo, I know I told you that there was some news I found out today. Um,
Yes. Oh, hey,
yeah, today.
you give me the rundown. I want to hear it from your mouth.
From what I've heard, um, Auncey is no longer your GM. He's your president of basketball operations.
I think that's worse. I think that's worse, man.
Uh,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, so
Oh
that's
my god.
you know.
Okay, so who does GM supposed to be?
I don't know who the GM's supposed to be right now, but we know that Auncey is your president of basketball operations.
What are they gonna consist of? See, I don't know. See, like, I don't know. See, in football, that role is kind of,
I'm
that
listening to
role is
you. I'm just going back and fact checking because I know what my eyes
yeah,
showed me. So I'm just
yeah,
going
yeah,
back
yeah.
and looking
Like,
it up.
see, in football, that role is kind of a behind the scenes. You don't really make decisions. You kind of help the general manager do his job. So if that's the same way it's going to be for honestly in Atlanta, he really don't have no control over what the team does. He's just a helper on a larger scale. He's in more rooms to help. Maybe get more funding, do these type of things. I'm okay with that, long as he don't really have no. What I mean, um,
Yeah, I just sent you the article.
yeah, I just saw it. As long as he don't have any like you said, he don't have really any control over how the team is structured, right? Um, so I got to do more research on my part, but I don't really have I don't know what feelings to have because I don't know what that role consists of. Like I say, it might be more important than basketball, right? Because you think about Matt Ryan, right? Matt Ryan is just as he's the president of operations for football, right, for the Falcons, right?
Hmm.
His job is to help the team get better, right? He don't choose who's get drafted. Of course, his opinion is, it matters, but the GM do all the things. Right? The GM make the trade. The GMs, make things happen in the NFL for the team's operation. right? So if Unsi is in that role, I feel better because, he comes from this is and this was my understanding when he came from Golden State. He will bring that type of mindset of how to run an organization, right?
Yeah.
Him and he didn't him in that GM role, he didn't really do that. We were just talking about how he missed out on the best guard in the draft by not picking Stephon Castle number one and freaking picking Zachary Richardson. Stephon Castle is preparing for game 6 of the Western Conference Final. Zachary Richardson didn't even touch the freaking court in the first round.
Also, you
Like
gotta throw in that he got demoted too. You gotta throw that part in. His role just got
Bro,
diminished
you
as the year
you
went
weren't even
on.
right, you weren't even started, bro. You this is your second year. You were just previously 2 years ago the number 1 player. So Unsi was basically saying you're the best player in the whole draft, and that didn't pan out. So hopefully this role for Unsi, he just gets to observe, again, help this team get better, maybe, with the money part, right? Construct contracts, right? Do those type of things. Because we need a new GM here who's gonna come and be aggressive, who's gonna who's gonna look at, man, I was looking at the Knicks roster, cousin. Superstar everywhere. They literally went and got superstars from all these teams. You go poach a Miles Bridges from Phoenix. You go poach a Karl Anthony Towns from Minnesota. You go poach a Jalen Brunson from Dallas. You go poach a Josh Hart. You go poach this guy, this guy, this
Didn't
guy.
all these guys play for the same university as well?
Right. Those, yeah, those Josh Hart, Miles Bridges, Jalen Brunson, and somebody else. I think no, it was them three on the Knicks. It was just them three. But
Okay.
then not even that, you gonna get an OG Anunoby from the Raptors, right? They poach all these great players, so the new GM of the Hawks need to take note, buddy. You need to take note, right? If a team like the Knicks can gather a team like that, even though the market in New York is New York City, of course the market is great,
Yeah.
but Atlanta is a thriving city too. We can have a great market, but we have to make it. They have to make it to where people want to come play there,
Yeah, you
right? Bring the winning culture back, right? So whoever this new GM is, they need to be able to do that, and hopefully, honestly, don't have nothing to do with that, because obviously that was your mindset. Obviously, or maybe it was, and you thought. I don't know what his mindset was. I can't say he did make some good moves, and now so we can have these 2 first-round picks this year. But if you sell on them again, it doesn't matter, right? So, like I said, I had to do more research and see how I'm feeling about this, but I am happy that he's not directly involved in, being the general manager. Because again, my understanding of a general manager is this is the guy who's the engine for the team off the court, right? To make the people on the court better. Just
yeah.
like it is for Howie Roseman and the Eagles. His job is to make this team better off the field so they can be the best on the field.
Mhm.
So, but yeah. Well, I mean,
Exactly.
yeah, we shall see.
That's what we're working with right now. I know next week I said I'm gonna come back with my piece. I got like, 5 options, not just players, but potential moves. I got like 5 options for Atlanta Hawks to either continue to build their franchise through the draft or take a big leap. I got, yeah, 3 names to consider. I'm gonna bring up to you next week to see how you feel about it. So that's gonna
But
be pretty fun. But jump into the NBA playoffs. Very interesting developments here. The Atlanta Hawks was the last real competition that the Knicks played, and then they just bull rushed. They just bull rushed everybody else. And now they are sitting pretty in New York, relaxing. It's summertime. All they gotta do is chill and practice and figure out who they're gonna play between the Spurs and the Thunder. And the Spurs and Thunder looking like they might be gearing up for a game 7. But I have a little take on that as well. As I got a little just talk on that as well. But my cousin said he had something to say about the New York Knicks and this rise, like more this domination. What I don't know what to call it, ascension. It don't matter.
yeah.
They going up. This all.
Sure, like you said, the domination. Those 2 losses lit some type of fire underneath the Knicks, and they haven't looked back. They dominated the Hawks to close the series out by 50 plus points. Then they rattled, like you said, they haven't lost a playoff game since they lost those back-to-back games against the Hawks.
Oh,
Like, I mean, they have not lost a playoff game. It lit a fire on them. Jalen Bronson is just on a different level right now. And I wanna recant my statement from last week because I said that the Knicks will go to the finals, but they wouldn't beat the team that comes out the West. And I'm not so sure no more. I mean, this team is playing the best basketball of any team right now in the playoffs, right? They have the lineups, the bodies to go up against either one of these teams, right? As you mentioned, they're rested, relaxing, right? Getting to be able to, recover, right? Fix their mindset, right? And I really appreciate how the Knicks even, you know, they said it right. We weren't having a celebration for winning the NBA Cup. There's nothing else. We have more things on our mind, and to do the things they've done this season and make the finals in this fashion for over 27 years is like you know it's only right for them to finish, and I honestly think they're going to win just because how comfort they are right now, right? They're hitting on all cylinders. All these players are getting called out. All these players stepped up. Right? They're playing the best basketball of any team right now that's left in the playoffs, and that's the most scariest thing, right?
Yeah.
But then you look at the Western Conference. You mentioned neither one of these teams. Well, the Spurs won Game 7, but Game 7 not going to benefit either one of these teams. This Game 7 for the Spurs is going to give them another opportunity to reach their ultimate goal of getting to the finals to compete for a championship, right? But if you OKC, you don't want a Game 7, right? You
I
want to be able
hope
to
they
go to
go in there with the mindset. Continue though. My bad. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get
no,
to
but
it.
I'm saying, see, you don't want a game 7 because you wanna be able to have some type of time to rest because the schedule is you play tomorrow game 6, you don't win, you play again Saturday. Well, the finals start Wednesday, so that's a 2-day gap because, think about it, you'll have a they if OKC oh, I don't even know yeah, OKC, they'll have a home game 'cause they the highest seed, so they'll start
Mhm.
right at home first, so either way it goes though, if you okay, so you don't win Thursday, game 7 Saturday, you back at home. You win, okay, you home. Sunday you're recovering. Monday you're recovering. Tuesday you practicing. You might practice, you might shoot around a little bit Monday, right? But your legs and stuff, you there. Look how much more time you're putting into recovery than preparation, film watching, right? Getting your game plan together, even though that comes from the coach's side, but there's still so much cram. The Knicks sitting back, look, they got game plans for both teams already. Okay, we gotta play Wemby. How we gonna attack Wemby? We gotta play Chet and Shea and this skilled bench, right? Because that's really the factor right now for the opening season. That's what
You
putting them over
said
the
it.
hump,
You said it
right?
though.
Right.
Hmm.
The bench is, it's Jared McCain is freaking balling out right now. All them guys off the bench are playing high level basketball. And this is another prime example of a franchise who's doing the right things. Look at the moves they're making. Look at the moves OKC are making. And they still have first round picks this year. But you see teams like the Hawks, like, bro, p- catch the blueprint. Like, how do they have a stacked team, veteran players, young guys, get talent out of the draft, get top of that. He could have helped our team tremendously, but the Hawks not making no moves. But I can get off there. I'm just saying that, like it's not hard to go out here and have a team full of good players because OKC is doing it. Right, you don't have 25 max guys on that team. You don't have superstars, but you have guys with great experience. You have guys with high skill levels. You have multiple first round picks on your roster. And then you look at this Spurs team, right? The Spurs problem, you keep turning the ball over, right? You keep turning the ball over, right? Every time you have multiple turnovers in a game, you shoot yourself in the foot, right? The games you don't have turnover, you don't turn the ball over that well, you win. Then Wemby last night, but you only had 8 rebounds. Kendrick, I was about to disagree with Kendrick Perkins earlier when he said Wemby was getting pumped, but you weren't even crushing the bars.
Boy,
Like not even on the offensive side, you want to get to the paint. You weren't even crushing the bars on defense. You had 8 rebounds, bro. You're 75. You're 75. I
yeah,
can't say it. I don't know if you hear me saying it, but you're 75, my guy. All right? You probably have 20 boards. Like, I mean, so, but the Knicks are geared up to finish, right? And it sucks to say because I truly, honestly feel like you said the Hawks were the only team to beat the Knicks out of the East so far, or in the playoffs so far, period. The Hawks really could have beaten them guys, right? They had the opportunity to beat them, but the scheme was there, the players weren't there. Because when they took away CJ McCollum, who stepped up? The kid Alexander Walker was inconsistent. Jalen Johnson was hit or miss,
yeah.
right? Okay, who are the cool guys? Your number one player on the draft, he didn't even play. He wasn't an option at all. That's sad to say.
Buddy Hill was an
But yeah,
option.
yeah, he was shooting. We were getting bogged down to we're soft, we're little, right? And
Yep.
it even goes to yeah, I know we're on the draft today, but it even goes to the point of the center from Michigan. I don't even want him, cousin. He's soft. He's soft.
You sure about that?
Yeah. I don't want him, cousin. I don't want him. He gonna be a younger Clint Capella. He can stretch the floor. Think about Wemby. Think about Wemby. The reason Wemby is able to, yeah, the reason that the OKC is able to have 3, 4 guys in the paint is because Wemby can stretch the floor, right?
Okay.
So if you know his strength is to be able to go dominate the paint, be a presence down in the paint, take the paint away from him, make him shoot the three, which he can shoot it. But if he have a shooting night like he did last night, he's not gonna be well. He can pass the ball. He can get down here with the dribble. He can do different things. That big boy from Michigan ain't doing that. No, we need everybody on the floor to be able to do that. I need you to get down low and to be able to facilitate. If Jalen Johnson was 4 or 5 more inches tall, he'd be a perfect player for the Hawks.
Wait,
You
wait, wait,
uh,
wait, wait. Me and you probably looking at some different footage. That's why I'm glad we're gonna talk about this next week though, because when I seen what was it, Dayamara?
the big, I don't know his name,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
7
Dayamara from Michigan. When I seen his footage, I feel like you don't get a double double in college being soft. You just don't in college being soft.
but I checked the stats. He didn't even average double-double. I think he had like 7.9 rebounds or something like that.
I saw
I
something that
looked the
said
other
15,
day.
11. Oh,
Yeah, I
something
looked
said
the other
15,
day.
11. Because I got another guy for you too, but he a foreigner. Only problem I got with the foreigner is I know you don't want. How can I put it? With a draft
Yeah,
pick, I know you
8
really don't want no
he averaged 12.1 points and 6.8 rebounds a game. That's not good enough. It's not It's not good enough. I no, it's not good enough. I need you. I need you to be able to come here and dominate. And he just looks you 255, you like I need a dog. I need a dog.
I feel
You
like
know?
the stretch the floor thing, it can possibly be a thing because he's an underrated passer as a big man.
Okay.
He's a very underrated passer. He can facilitate the paint, but he also knows how to dish the ball out. So we can run an in and out game. I'm not looking for this guy to come in here and be like, I don't know, Shaq or anything like that. I need you to just play defense and I need you to be able to kick it out. I need you to be able to just score in the paint. Simple stuff. Offensive rebound, score in the paint. Simple stuff.
If if he was built more like Rudy Gobert, I would want him. You see
He
what I'm
can get
saying?
built like
Because
Rudy Gobert. It just take a couple weights and some vegan diets.
I don't know, Rudy Gobert, he don't have an offensive bad, but defense, Rudy Gobert, honestly, I will take Rudy Gobert in the Hawks right now. For him to play a role as he need to play, get the rebounds, play defense. We just need a big man present down there. He gonna do that. Multiple defensive players of the years. I need somebody like that, right? But if this kid, whoever because we gotta obviously get it, we need a center. I mean, it shows the proof's in the pudding.
I
We
got
got cut
another
by Mitchell.
center for you to look at, but I know you probably might not be interested.
Well, he
He's out of Italy.
out of Italy. Yeah, I might be done with the foreigners. I ain't gonna count to you, cause I ain't gonna count to you. But
No, yeah,
once we
yeah.
get,
See,
we don't.
here's the thing about when you say Rudy Gobert. When you say Rudy Gobert, I'm not mad at you because I think exactly like you. Rebounds, anchor in the paint. We got physicality in the paint. We have an anchor on defense that can facilitate that side of the ball. Here's where I have a problem. My problem is, will they try to make him a scorer down there, or they just let him do just that? Because I don't know what Quinn Snyder head at. I don't know where the Hawks head at with any of their plans. Like
Yeah, I
that's
don't know.
all I'm
Now,
saying. We
you,
might
you,
get
you
Rudy,
gotta get something down there. Like you gotta be able, you gotta be able to
but
score something down there.
but we got a problem now. The problem is Wimby. Wimby jacking it up for centers right now. You got
Exactly.
he's jacking it up for the centers right now. So it's like when you look at Rudy Gobert, you look at he can help you, but can he help me win a championship? When you deal with a 7'3" we deal with somebody 7'5" that's gonna run around the floor and chase down blocks.
That's my point. That's a prototype. See, you think about what I told when LeBron came in the league. LeBron was that prototype.
Yeah.
Everybody who wanted LeBron, people wanted players like LeBron. People, the kids, in the transition, the athleticism that LeBron brought to the league, everybody translated it. Look at the Russell Westbrooks. Look at the Derrick Rose. Look at all these type of guys at these guard positions. Like guards came in. How many guards before LeBron James came in doing the thing them boys were doing? Yeah,
Woo! Probably a
you know what I
dime a
mean?
dozen. Steve
Right,
Francis, like a dime a
exactly. But
dozen.
when LeBron came into the league, that was the prototype. Them kid, they carried that game off being explosive, being athletic, being that type of player. And like you said, when they listen up, they better step up to the plate. This is what this is. He is now a player that guys have to think about when they're drafting. Can this center compete with a wing? This guy XYZ. You know what I mean? So
Now I'm glad that you said that. So 7'3", they calling him the Italian Wemby.
what's
So
his name?
I believe Luigi Segal, but like they calling him the Italian Wemby. I know that's kind of early on. He playing in the big man league over there in Italy, 19 years old. But here's what I seen early on. I see what you don't like as far as I see potential, but I see what you don't like.
Uh-huh.
I see something that the Hawks does not really good at, which is developing talent. You take that big man right there, because on the mock draft, there's two teams that I keep seeing flip flopping, and that is the teams that are in the Western Conference Finals right now. Those are the two teams that he keeps popping up consistently on mock draft boards. And he
And
said
see,
it in an interview that he wants to be an Italian version of Wemby. So he's already on a mission to be
right,
like that. So I'm like,
right, man.
I'm like, I'm willing to take that and see what we can do. You
Nah,
7'3", you can stretch the floor and you're developing your game still. But
I
then
ain't
I
even
know it's the
seen.
19-year-old factor.
I ain't even seen him play basketball because he already way more athletic than no boy from Michigan. I can already tell. I can already tell.
Oh
No,
no,
for
he
real.
is. He is. He is. He is.
No, I can just tell him his build. I can just tell him how he's built. He's more athletic. He in his mindset, right?
Mhm.
The mindset he wants that's why I was so disappointed in Wemby's performance last night, right? You have to have that dog in you. You have to say no matter what, you can say all you want to, oh yeah, yeah, he won the MVP. That's why I came out and play like that. Well, why you not doing it every day, every game? Go at them boys every possession you get.
You know
Right.
what I'm
So
seeing? Continue, because I'm glad you brought that up with Wemby, because I'm seeing something with Wemby. I'm about to bring up to you.
yeah, because it's just he's too inconsistent, and then they keep saying, "Oh, Pop helped us after this game. We came out and played better." Every player got to step up. De'Aaron Fox got to play better, right?
Yeah.
Dylan Harper's a dog. He had a bad game last night. Turned the ball over too much. Stephon Kelsey, like the Spurs have a team. The Spurs are equipped to go win a national championship. You have to go take
NBA
it though.
championship,
Yeah, yeah. What I said.
national championship.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
think you
Same
was thinking
thing.
about dude from Michigan, dog. My bad. I
Yeah,
ain't mean to
so
start
no,
you
you
like
said
that.
that. So they're equipped to go and win the NBA championship, but they have to go take it, right? The coach, I think this coach is phenomenal. The Spurs coach, man, this young guy, I mean, this guy is phenomenal, bro. Great coach, right? But they have to be in a mindset of stop shooting themselves in the foot. That's what's separating them right now. You're shooting yourselves in the foot. You're getting out coached, and he's really getting out coached, and he's not at the same time because the Spurs are putting themselves in position to be able to win a game, but and shoot themselves in the foot. So,
Yeah.
but I'm excited, man. I know we got off topic with all around. We're still in the basketball realm of things, but
Oh
the
no,
Knicks
you
are
can talk.
equipped to make the Knicks are equipped to make history, man. Looking forward to see whoever they go up against, right? And then, like I said, the Knicks made the Eastern playoffs boring. When they played people, the most exciting round was the Hawks, granted, because we was watching it, but that was the most exciting games that they played in. Other than that, everything else, they whooped on people. They spanked people. I came back from 22 points in 7 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
Like that was the most exciting thing. And they took a life out of the Cavs. The Cavs never regained themselves. So the Knicks right now, man, I mean, their confidence is key. It's on the highest of the highest right now. They playing the best basketball, and whoever coming out the West, they better be ready because the Knicks coming out swinging. And like I said, the OKC don't want to go to Game 7. Spurs want Game 7. It won't be good for either one of them. But whoever cut, they better be ready. That's all I can tell them. So
Well, I'll say this right here. I 1,000% agree with everything you say when it comes to the New York Knicks. I still believe that we'll have a new champion. So I've already said that the Spurs were my pick. I don't know how this is going. I'm still gonna have faith, but my eye test, I'm seeing it's like a wrestling match when a person is kind of throwing they last win, they last gear. They trying to see if they have a little bit of a gear. And the Spurs game 6 could potentially be their last punch. Like their last punch. I don't know if they'll have the energy to fight in the game 7. With the energy they might have to put out that game 6, because with this NBA right here, what I like is the fact that everybody doesn't sit here and be like, "Oh, we down by 20 at half. Okay, cool. We can just sit me out. We'll take it on our home court." I like the mentality of there is no tomorrow because
Mm,
that whole we're gonna take it on our home court mentality has cost a lot of teams. I guarantee you, we go back and look over history, we'll see a team down by 20 that felt like we're gonna take it on our home court. Now you're losing in game 7 with your hands in your head and you like your hands over your face wondering what happened. So SGA and them, they're coming to take that. They don't want to play a game 7. Okay,
mhm,
like they just coming to take that. But the Spurs, y'all fight through this right here. I don't know if y'all can survive a game 7 because you see in Wemby, you seeing the tiredness on Wemby. You see him being weared down. You see the frustration of him trying to carry his teammates. But now let's jump into another thing about Wemby. I always have to remember he's young. My dad tells me all the time, it's just year 3. It's just the way he's playing and the way he just wants to take the crown. It kind of just jumps up your own personal expectations for this guy. But I
mhm,
had to remember when I see Wemby right now, I'm seeing one thing besides a guy that's basically making me sit here and be like, well, dang. When I look at a big man or even create a big man on 2K, the first thing I'm thinking about is, can he deal with Wemby? Can he chase around a 7-footer that can run around the floor? Because 7-footers run all over the place now. But also see this, and cousin, please hear me out when I say this. I see the early versions of LeBron James. A man that wants to get his teammates involved. He know he has the capability to take over a game and just be like, I'm just gonna take this, but he just hasn't unlocked that version of himself yet to just say, I'm going to do it. Wemby goes back and forth with himself from what I see. I see that version. He needs to have, and it might not be this year, but he needs to have that game LeBron had when he went to Miami. They was down, I believe, 3-2 or 3-1 to the Celtics, and LeBron had the evil stare in his eye when he basically just took over that entire game. Nobody could do nothing with him. That was the moment that LeBron finally, like, going to Miami, D-Wade gave him the confidence to finally be like, hey, just go and take it. Just take over the game. Stop worrying about all this. We need you right now. With
mhm,
the Spurs, right now, we don't need, I'm just trying to get all my teammates involved, Wemby. We need that game 1 Wemby that was mad, that he should, like you said, he should have played that way the entire series because that whole flip-flop of I can dominate you, I can dominate anybody whenever I want to I want to get my
mhm.
teammates involved, it's costing you right now. We need you to dominate because the moment you start dominate, you're going to get your teammates involved. They need you.
And then if they
What's up?
go ahead.
Oh
No,
no,
go
I'm
ahead,
just
go. I'm
like,
listening.
no, I'm just like, they need you to light that fire, to pour gasoline on that fire. I know you waiting for somebody to come along with you. I know that feeling for certain things in life. When you waiting for somebody to kind of come along to kind of help you get that fire going, you want to be a team player. But no, we don't need that right now. We need you to say, I'm gonna put this on my back. And y'all come on, because the more you put it on your back and you move forward, it's just like a boat. Everybody gonna start rowing harder, they're gonna put in more effort, and then everybody else is gonna come along and they gonna match your energy. But they need you to be the fire starter. You can't try to make everybody else the fire starter right now. This is you're in dire, like, this is like survival mode. You can't try to make everybody the fire starter right now. You gotta go out there and light the fire like you did game 1.
No, I totally agree. And then the thing about it is, he really don't need have to be the fire starter for these guys. These young Spurs players are hungry. You got dogs all across the field, all across the court.
Yeah, we
Steph on the
know
castle.
that.
He don't.
We can't have Wimby playing like that. We need him to go out here and just show that
Yeah,
I am the most dominant player. We need that.
right.
Like, that's what I mean when I say we need that fire starter. He's gonna start that run.
I
Like,
agree.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. I agree, but I'm saying he gotta have that mindset to start trying to get others involved because they don't need you to get them involved. They're dogs anyway. Them young dogs, but they need the pack the wolf pack leader, right? Like you said, they need that alpha wolf on the court. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you 100% right, cousin. But yeah, man, I agree with you on the take as well. If they give everything in game 6, bro, it's gonna be hard to go to OKC and beat the Thunder 2 games in a row in OKC. Like, I mean, the bitch come alive in OKC for some reason. Like, is no way. Man, if it's Caruso, Jeremy McCain, the other Jalen Williams, I mean,
Jay Mitchell.
guys, right, guys everywhere on the court, they just come and play hard, man.
Mhm.
Old boy off the bench, number 55, what's his name? Well, who in the starting lineup?
Hartenstein,
Um,
Hartenstein.
Hartenstein.
Man,
He been working on this. He been working on his floater to shoot 10, 11 feet in the air over Wemby. He been dropping them, like,
hey,
bro.
yo, I'll
The
tell you this
OKC,
right here too, cuz I keep hearing that he might be a free agent again. I hope they try to go for Hartenstein again if he's a free agent. That's
I
a
mean,
big
I
man
would
I
love.
take.
No, for sure. I would love because he got that championship mentality as well. And he just put his head down and he worked. But I want us to be young, man. I need a young team. I know he's not super old, but I would love to be able to have
Like,
championship DNA on the roster, right? But
yeah.
I need high production too. I need a big man that's gonna be able to be on the court, bro. Do both things. Like I said, this young kid, bro. I'm willing to give him a couple years to get himself together. You
Oh,
know
the
what I'm saying?
Italian Wimby?
Yeah, man. Cause like I said, I can tell already he athletic. He can do the things, dribble and all the things that Wimby doing at his height. I see this kid can do that. So we got the eighth pick, bro. He should be able to be there at number 8. You know what I'm saying?
He's
So
gonna be there at number 8 because everywhere I see him falling is like it's like to the Spurs or the OKC. That's the only 2 teams I see him falling to. So
whoever this new GM is, man. I mean, I don't know, bro, but the Hawks got to be better, man. They just really making me more and more not want to be a fan, bro. Like, man, like
oh man, it's all right, dog. Well, I got some statements next week that we're gonna talk about it because we definitely gonna dive back into the draft because now you done made me bring up the Italian Wimby. I was trying to save him for next week.
no, I like it though. Get him a cliffhanger, a little teaser. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, like nah, because the first thing I started to think about when I'm looking at these, like looking at players and stuff and looking at mock drafts, because that 23rd pick, what we got, 23rd? Bro,
I believe so.
I got the guy I feel like we should take at 23rd. Like personally, if we get this guy at 23rd, just know Ricochet gone. Like it's guaranteed he's gone. Like there's
Well,
no.
let's put it for let's put it for today.
You said what?
Because I'm like, who gonna want to know?
That,
Like,
bro,
bro.
I don't know who gon' somebody. It's always gonna be somebody.
Well,
How can we put? Oh man, look here. This is a GM job to sell the player. You can
right, well,
you gotta
well,
con somebody. You can con somebody.
on the end, I'm trying to say, they're gonna say, come on, who? What you doing? Oh, he was a for rookie of the year. Oh, where you did after that? Year 2, he was supposed to get better. Did he get better? I don't know, man. Y'all will take a free agent for him? And now they
A
because
cash consideration.
right, the stock ain't there. You know,
Oh no,
he
of
ain't that.
course it ain't there, but there's always that one GM or one team that could be like, I could fix him. It's always that one person that feel like they could fix somebody in the league. So let that happen right there. But we probably get cash consideration, maybe like 1.5 million. He said, ain't enough. We might just get like 1.5 million, man. But you said game 6 is game 6 tomorrow or Saturday?
Tomorrow, game 6 tomorrow.
Game 6 tomorrow. San Antonio Spurs. They fighting for their life. Wemby's last strike. He got to find some energy to keep them boys alive because SGA smell blood and they ain't trying to go back home and play another game. They just packed the bag to go there. They ain't sitting here they ain't got their schedules ready for practice and everything. Like they just like, yo, we trying to get this done and get ready for the Knicks. So yeah.
Right.
No, but before we move on to the WNBA, we talk about the Atlanta Dream and Angel Reese. I do want to say Becky Hammon. I've always actually liked her as a coach. I felt like she should have been the first female basketball coach in the NBA. I knew it was going to happen, but I felt like she should have been when she came from the Popovich tree. So I'm like, the game. But something resurfaced that said that she was saying Jalen Brunson couldn't win a championship, or like you can't win a championship with a 6'2" guard. And she brought up Allen Iverson and how Allen Iverson felt. I just want to put this out here right now. If you take that 76ers team with Allen Iverson and you take this New York Knicks team that right now, yeah, AI is good, but this Knicks team is completely better than that 76ers team that AI was playing on when they went to the finals. So there's a big difference there.
We just talked about this roster. The
Yeah,
starting five is from each from franchise. They've poached franchise best players basically over the last. Well, Miles Bridges wasn't the best player on the Phoenix, but he was a important piece.
yeah.
OG Anunoby during that time was the main guy for the Raptors. Karl Anthony Towns was the main big guy. Along he was their first round pick years ago.
Mama, can you say that?
You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure he was yeah, I'm pretty sure he was drafted by the Minnesota number 1. Um, yeah. Yes, number 1. He was drafted number 1 exactly by the freaking Minnesota Timberwolves years ago. Like these are not scrub players that the Knicks have together. Like this team is geared up, and I saw that coming as well. Like what kind of coming is that? Steph Curry is 6'1". What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Curry is 6, he's my height, and he's the best shooter in the world. Jalen Brunson is a certified bucket. I don't even like the Knicks, but I'm really truly excited to see him on the stage, man. This guy,
Yeah.
he's just like, yo, anytime he throws something up, you like, hey, it's going in. And he like, when it don't go in, you like, oh. But man, bro, like, bro, he's
Yeah. I
shit.
just
My
think it was
God.
crazy for that. I just thought the comment was crazy because, like you said, Curry's 6'1", but then also when you bring up the whole AI thing, people gotta look at the team. They never really put that team to go back and compete with no Lakers around AI. Like,
Right.
to bring up AI, I feel like you really can't do that because that's where you gotta look at, like you say, basketball is a team sport. We know how
Mhm.
dominant AI was, but you definitely gonna need help when you dealing with Kobe and Shaq. We
Right, for
gonna need
sure.
help. So he
For
didn't
sure.
have the team. That 76ers team will get the floor mopped with them with this Knicks team we got right now. It's way more
Oh,
talent,
for
like you
sure.
said. So it's like, yeah,
For sure.
she gotta calm down with that. Like that it's
You just wanna be in
possible.
like, I ain't getting into it, whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's whatever. But on to the WNBA. I've been trying to figure out what's happening over here, but the biggest thing that's happening over here is the Atlanta Dream. Like, really, they sitting at top of the standings. If I'm correct, ESPN's number one ranked basketball team in the WNBA. Angel Reese, so everybody's still focusing on her field goal percentage and stuff. They just missing the fact that she's still getting rebounds and she's still, I believe, she's the only player in the league that's top in defensive rankings and like top 20 in most defensive rankings right now. Hold on, let me go ahead and pull this
But
paper out right
she
quick.
doing her thing though. She doing her thing, man.
Oh
Averaging
yeah,
a
that's
double
why
double,
they need to stop playing on that girl, man. She do be doing her
shooting
thing.
4 steal. You know what I mean? This is what she do. She averaging 1 steal a game, 1 block a game, right? A couple assists a game. Like so, she doing her thing, and the thing I respect about her, her 3-point percentage is 0. She don't even attempt 'em. I love it because she know her game, right?
Yeah.
She knows her game, so
Uh,
she'll shoot them every now and then. But no, she ain't shot none yet. So
Yeah, and then here's the thing about her too. She will sit here and have those moments, those spurts, where she'll go on like a 10-game stretch where she's just a completely dominant offensive ball player. So I'm like, everybody gotta chill out when they talking about Angel Reese. The girl is a baller and she's an X factor for this Atlanta Dream. Cause not only they gotta look at there's so many different aspects of the game that you bring to this right here. Like if she's bringing leadership, she's stepping up for her teammates. She's out here basically anchoring the defense. So like she's bringing that tough mentality. She bring that Atlanta mentality that a lot of these women carry in Atlanta. She bring the independent Atlanta woman mentality, that hustle, that go getter. Like
right
she
now,
bring that.
she's a great fit for. I think that's the best move the city of Atlanta has made in basketball terms in a long time. Like, I mean, I just remember seeing that, and I thought it was fake. I was so ecstatic, bro. She's just a great fit for this team, man. And the thing about it, she like you said, that mentality she has. She's surrounded by winners, by people who play at a high level.
Yeah.
The Alicia Grays, the Ryan Howards, right? Tiana Papa or whatever girl, the Hawaiian from South Carolina we drafted last year. She's coming along in her game year 2, right? You know, the culture, right? That shift. What I say about getting old girl out of there a couple years ago, getting that coach out of there.
Yeah.
What 30 last year, 30 wins, right? They on track to be good again this year. You know what I mean? Then you make moves like that, right? The coaches are advocating for that, man. Hey, GM, man, what if we can get Angel Reese on the team? You know, what is Quinn Snyder saying to the GM? Hey, coach, what do we get? What do we get? What do we? He was worried about, hey, man, let's get rid of Trey Young. How about that, hey, coach? What do you think about getting rid of Trey Young? But you're not thinking about what's going to make the team better,
Yeah.
right? So that's what Quinn Snyder need to do. All right, but I ain't, I don't know how the horse just keep getting in my mouth, but I'm sorry. But
That's
yeah,
because
but the dream, man,
about the team, bro. That's all you care about the team. They just kind of piss you off. You care about the
they do.
franchise, the direction of the franchise. You want people to put respect on the city of Atlanta, with mainly with the sports franchises. It's like I want
Right,
y'all to put some respect on the city of Atlanta. People gotta realize
right.
before Trey Young left, he was over here trying to crack the code to figure out how can we get people to come and play for Atlanta. Paul Pierce basically just said last season, man, nobody wants to go and play for Atlanta. So we trying to fix the whole. You want to see them make that change. See,
Yeah,
that's
man.
the crazy part. Not to really get super spiritual and stuff, but that's the crazy part about people and in society. Some people they like to watch you rise, they like to watch you fall, and they like to watch you rise again like a phoenix straight from the ashes. People kind of ready to see the Atlanta Hawks thrive. Not just the people of Atlanta, but the basketball world in general. They're ready to see Atlanta Hawks be that phoenix rise from the ashes. They ready to see them become another version of them, that culture change. Arthur Blank set the tone with what he did with the Falcons. So it's like everybody follow suit. Arthur Blank did what he did. Here come the Atlanta Dream pulling in Angel Reese. Hawks had them a great second half of the season, but now y'all had a dud. It's time to make the change. It's time to do
Right.
that. So shoot, hey man, they gonna figure it out. But Andrew, I'm mad. This phone didn't die yet. Cool, bro. Cause I'm trying to find this stat line. She about to become like the fastest player to hit 1,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and then it's like 4 other stats that she about to become the fastest player to hit. And it's like she gonna do it
I just
in like under 77 games. It's ridiculous, bro. It is
no,
ridiculous,
I
bro.
just love her, because like I said, she just fixed the whole scheme of, what, like you said, what Atlanta embodies, right? That's why, and I think that's why it's so disappointing to me, because I'm like, man, I'm from the inner city, and like I know what Atlanta is about, and the Hawks don't represent that, right? The Dirty Birds of old with the Falcons, they're looking to revamp that, right? The Braves do their thing, the Dream do their thing, Atlanta United even do their thing, right? All these teams look to be something, but man, it's just like the Hawks is, they just mid, right? We remember they said we looked at last year. They don't even have a winning record or losing record. They mid. They're even. They're five. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, you don't even have. You're not even good or bad. You just meh.
So you basically
Like
telling me that Atlanta Hawks is basically McDonald's when you only got $5.
you just there. You just there. You unreliable. I know I can get something from you if I'm down bad.
Yeah,
So
you'll give me like a 20-game winning streak, but then I also know there's a possibility you can give me a 30-game losing streak and just let me down completely.
okay, I got this right here. It says, uh, Angel Reese became the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 500 career points and 500 rebounds, a record previously held by Tina Charles. It says by the 2026 season, she set another blazing pace, becoming the fastest player to hit 950 points and 850 rebounds in 69 games. So this season, she should she should be able to surpass that mark, have 1,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, etc.,
And
etc.
I'll tell you this right here too. I got about 3 more stats for you right here. She's one of 2 players this season with multiple games of 5 combined steals and blocks. Only player currently ranked inside the top 20 in defensive rebounds, steals, and blocks. She averaging 16 points a game this year, so everybody needs to chill out on that right there. Also, she is close to what record she about to break? She would have tied the record and had her 14th 15.10 rebound and 5 assists game. So she about to break that record. And after everything you said, she is currently on pace to become the 3rd fastest player in WNBA history to reach 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, 200 assists, 100 steals, and 50 blocks. Like, and now all everybody want to focus on is her missing a layup. While she was
Right?
missing
Yeah,
layups, my problem is this: everybody like, well, she want to have all those rebounds, and she wasn't missing shots. Bro, all y'all gotta do is get down here and block and box her out and stop her from getting rebounds. It's not her
right.
fault that she can get the ball back. That's y'all fault.
Dog. Shit
Like
dog,
straight
man. I
up,
love
man.
it. Love it.
Shoot, man. Anybody catching your eye this year? I haven't had a chance to catch you know, as far as like the rookies coming in. I haven't had a chance to I haven't had heard really much about a lot of the rookies coming in. Everything's kind of been the focus on Caitlin Clark, even though people online act like she don't get no love. I'm like, y'all tripping, bro.
She's so tough though. Like, gee,
That's what I'm
she's so
like, bro.
tough, cuz.
Bro. And my problem is the commercial. But for people to go online and sit here and be like, the WNBA is not pushing her as the star of the league. What league are you watching? Every
Yeah,
commercial, she's there. She has
yeah,
the most primetime games, dog. Like, what are people talking about? She has the most
yeah,
primetime games of any team in the WNBA. She
yeah,
gets
she is.
pushed like the star. They're like, yeah. And then she'll go out there and shoot ball. That's the beautiful part about her. That honestly, it's like she's one of those people. Well, you got reasons to hate her if people start getting the political if that people start getting political and who she's dating and stuff, then you can have those reasons. But let's keep it about
She dated
basketball.
she dated a woman?
Huh, nah, 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 nah,
Oh,
nah.
I ain't think so. I'm about to say
Nah,
I ain't
nah,
think she
nah,
was with
nah, nah, nah,
who
nah.
she dated? Oh, no, no, who she
I don't
dated?
know. She dated some MAGA supporter. He be wearing hats with her and stuff. So
Okay, about that. He a guy though, as long as he a guy. He good.
Wait.
You know? Excuse me, put a book on camera. No, I'm just saying because I can be like, show my daughter say, "Oh, look at Caitlin Clark. She like she played basketball, like, but she's still a woman though. You look at a Pages Buckers, you look at all these other, the AZ Fudd, all these other players who were real good. They like women. I can't show my daughter them. You know, but I can show Caitlin Clark. Okay, she the face of the WNBA, but she played basketball tough. She still dressed like a girl. She still like dudes. Like I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? You can point them to Nafisa Collier, right? Brianna Stewart, who have
Angel Wilson.
husbands, and Angel Wilson. Like
Yeah.
thank you, like you know what I mean. But you look around the league, it's like yeah, he ducking and dodging. So
Yeah, but we already knew that about the league, though, about them dating each other and stuff. We already knew about that. I get what you're saying, though, from a parental standpoint. I completely get what you're saying because you do. And, I really don't like to go towards these conversations, but I got a kid now. You do what a lot of people should do. You control what they see.
right,
It's your job. I know some people will sit here and they'll listen to this episode and they want to get all in uproar. I don't care. You can get in an uproar because guess what? You wouldn't want somebody to walk into your house and tell you how you should raise your child, what you should show your children. My biggest thing about life is how you treat people. Like, don't go out here and be an a-hole and feel like you got to be racist and hateful towards a person. You ain't gotta do that. You
yeah.
can easily just walk on about your life. You ain't down with a way a person is living their life. You can easily just go on about your business. It's that simple.
I
Like, so
100% agree. I Yeah, because I don't make those statements to make it seem bad. It's just like I said, I live of a standard of morality from what Jehovah tell me in the Bible. I'm not gonna allow the world standard to mold my children. I'm gonna allow, Jehovah's standard to mold my children. So that's why I make that point. Now,
yeah.
like I said, be who you are. I mean, that's on you. It's your life. I'm gonna respect your decision. I'm not gonna feel no type of way against you because that's not my place, and I'm gonna respect you. You know what I mean? So yeah, I appreciate you even bringing
Yeah.
that up.
Just don't
But
bring that
but
over here.
yeah, right, right.
like that's
Yeah.
that. My sister used to be a cheerleader, so she got gay male friends. Like one friend she got named as Chuck. Me and Chuck cool. We have one good
Hey,
understanding. Like, bro, we have one good understanding. Just don't bring that over here. I'm not with it. It's that simple. The moment you try to force your lifestyle on me, that's when you gonna get what you don't like. You gonna get the aggression and all that stuff right there. And then also, people gotta realize this too. This is America. We do not like being told how to live our lives. This country was built off of being able to control our own fate and live how we want to live. So when you start dictating and controlling how people live their life, that's when you get the uproar and that's when you get that uptightness. Americans do not like being told what to do and how to raise their kids. You are asking for a fight. I don't care what you say on social media. Go outside into the real world, because I live in the real world. Social media just for entertainment. Go out here. You're not about to walk up to somebody in the street and tell them how to raise their kids or what to do with their kids. You know that's not going to end right. Yeah, so stay comfortable on the laptop. Don't do all that. Don't stay comfortable on the laptop. Straight up.
right, yeah, just
Yeah,
got
yeah,
yeah.
because I got you, bro. Because I respect people and their beliefs and stuff. Like I always just believe if I ain't down with something, I'm gonna just tell you I ain't with it. You can keep that over there. That's just how simple
Mhm.
it be. But nah, what you saying is completely spot on because you doing what a lot of people should do. You controlling you control like, hey, if I don't want you to look at this, you're not gonna look at this. You may not understand right now. I'll tell you later on. Right now, you're not looking at this. I'll tell you later on when you're older and stuff why I didn't let you look at this and why I did such and such. If I feel like it, if not, you might have the understanding. If you might have a point where you're like, hey, okay, I realize now. But guess what? You the parent, you gonna control. You ain't doing nothing wrong, cuz though. You doing it right. You're doing it absolutely right. I grew up in a day and age where these kids don't understand. We grew up in an age where the clean version of a rap song may sound better than the dirty version. And that's only because
Right,
we were exposed to the clean version. I didn't know
Right,
what Yin Yang Twins was saying until I was like 17, 18 years old. I
right.
just knew the clean version of them because the tracks was hitting. So,
Right, right, right.
that's how it is right there. Hey man, I'm sorry, fans. I know we kind of segued off, but guess what though? That's a grateful take, man. We kind of talk about life and everything. I'm a father now. My cousin's a father. And on top of that, my cousin, I look at him as like a spiritual advisor. If I'm going through something in life, I'll come to him and I can talk to him and he'll give me the word. And he always give me the word when I need it. What I need. It's like he just
I always tell them though. What's the biggest thing I always tell you?
man, cuz you tell me a lot of things, dog. I follow God.
Well, there you go. That's it. That's it. I'm a tool. The biggest thing you consult with God, you talk to Jehovah, you talk, those are things you do. I don't mind being used to be able to find clarity and have, help point, 'cause that's what we're here for. That's what God gave us the family for, brothers and sisters in the world, right? But ultimately, everything you gotta go through Him, start with Him, right? The credit don't go to me, never. You know what I mean? That's why I always tell people the credit always go to Jehovah, man. So yeah, but no, I appreciate you.
Yeah, as I said, and you was like, "What I tell you?" I was like, "Shoot, last thing I remember you told me, because I ain't gonna forget." You were like, "Hey man, ain't nothing gonna shake a move until you put God first." Just straight up,
Gotta
you
put Him
was like,
first.
you was like, "Ain't nothing gonna shake a move for you until you put God first. You gotta put God first, cause before you want things." He's like, "I see where your heart at and everything, but you gotta put Him first. If you want things to start shaking and moving."
Hey,
So
hey man,
true,
it's true.
man. I hear you,
The
bro. I
word.
really do hear you, man. But yeah, that was a fun little segue in this conversation right here, man. Also,
But
I can't forget you guys. Make sure y'all go check out my cousin Grateful Gab podcast. He got a lot of great content. He actually posts the videos for the Grateful Take on his YouTube channel. And I wanted him to do that so the people, all his fans can see, hey, I still got him out here doing it. I know he enjoying this. He get to sit back, just come on and talk and stuff. And I'm enjoying it too. I like to see my cousin doing this. It's actually very fun for me, to actually
yeah, no, I
just
believe
sit here. Yeah, but no, go follow my
I do
cousin.
have some.
You said what?
No, I do have some like different subjects and stuff I want to drop because I went and looked at my metrics a couple of weeks last week, and I'm in like 6, 7 different countries.
Yeah.
So I mean, the material's still out there. Like I said, the audience is still growing, but I am planning on getting back on the horse one of these days, for real, for real.
It's gonna happen, dog. Trust me. You gonna know when it's time. You gonna know
Yeah,
exactly when it's time. It's just gonna happen. You gonna get that thought. Your computer, something's gonna be right there in front of your face, and you just gonna be like, "All right, it's time," and then you just gonna
yeah,
go. I know you looking at
I
the
agree.
moment I start this. I know you. You gonna once the wheels get going. You ain't about to start a car and stop it. We about to hop in and drive. We going somewhere. We
Oh
taking
yeah,
this
oh no,
somewhere.
no, for sure, I agree. Cause I appreciate you, man. I love you, dog. As always, man. I appreciate you.
Oh no, I love you too, man. But to close out this show, Atlanta Braves, MLB, what you got for me right now? How we feeling?
Well, it's a lovely thing to be able to, hear the Braves doing good. All right, this has probably been the most consistent franchise in the city, since we were kids. You know, what I mean,
There's
they
no
dominated the
probably. It is. It
right.
is.
Well, yeah, right. Yes, they dominated the '90s. Right, we had great teams. We was able to capture, a World Series 2021, right? The nucleus of the team is still there. The team is healthy. That's the biggest thing, right? The team started the year healthy, man. Keeping the best players healthy. Everybody's having a great year. But the piece that was really missing last year, who had an off year, Michael Harris the second, right? And man, this kid has did a whole 360, a whole 180, whatever. He did the whole turnaround, right? Having a phenomenal year. Having a phenomenal year. I told you I got some numbers for you earlier. The first number is the record of the Atlanta Braves, right? We sit here at the top of the National League. Hold on, make sure. Let me see. I'm correct still. Yeah, we sit at the top of the National League, 37 wins, 18 losses, and we sit overall number 1 in the majors at 37 wins, 18 losses. We are currently on we were 6-4 in the last 10 games. So again, just great baseball being played right now. Another revamp, right? Another what did I say last year too? Right? Brian Snicker. It was time for Brian to head out, right?
Yeah.
New regime. Manager Walt Wise is I hope I pronounce his last name correct. WEISS. But Walt has, he's rejuvenated this team, right? Confidence is there, young roster. We have great role players all on the field. Pitchers been good, right? The defense has been great. The bats have been rolling, and that's the biggest thing I wanted to give credit to for Michael Harris II. First of all, leading the team in batting average, right? His numbers last year for batting average is as follows. He's already ahead. He's already on pace to have a much better season than he did last year at the bat, and that's the biggest thing in the majors. When you can hit the ball, defense is going to play itself. But when you can put that ball in play, that's what games are won at, right? The games are won on the mound as well. That's more down the line in the playoffs, right? Those because things the better pitcher comes along, right? You kind of get in the rhythm, right? The best pitchers come out during that time, and the freaking Braves have a bullpen of freaking of amazing pitchers, top to bottom, right? Any given night, you're gonna have trouble on the mound, right? But back to Michael Harris' numbers. So we're currently 52 games in the season. He's had 184 bats, 25 runs. So last year, so let's go back to his rookie year. All
Pause
his
for a
numbers,
quick
his
second,
his
cuz
first 2 years in the league,
just a quick second. You said we at 52 games? You
52 games in. Yep.
Alright, I just wanna throw out this quick stat right now before you continue. The Braves have homered in 40 of those 52 games. That's crazy.
That's dogs, man. So I'm telling them backs when them bats get to rolling.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we're currently right now in second. We're plus 500 to win the World Series behind the Dodgers, I believe. Um, so I saw that stat line earlier. But yeah, so his first 2 years in the league, he had 75 runs year one, 76 run year two. He had 123 hits his first year, 148 hits his second year. The thing about last year, he did have 152 hits, which was his most ever, but he only had 55 runs. So this year, right now, through 52 games, again, he having his best batting average since his. Let me go back to it. Yeah, actually he's having his best batting average of his whole career. The second highest was his first year was a .297. He's currently right now at a .304, which leads the Braves, right? He has 25 runs on 56 hits, so he's already his run to hit ratio is already better than a lot than basically is almost compared to his 2023 season when he had 148 hits and 76 runs. So
Okay.
he's on pace to beat that right now. He has 12 home runs already in 52 games. The most he's had in a career was 20 last year. That was a and that was at with 611 at bats. He's had 184 at bats this year, and he already has 12 home runs. So he's on pace to break his home run record of his career, right? RBIs, he currently has 32 right now. So he's just in a mode of where, and honestly I think later in the year he started to come on, but his confidence wasn't there early in the year, and I think this is a phenomenal player. And the thing about the Braves, man, when the Braves are feeling good, you got Ozzie Albies, left hitting, right hitting, he feeling good. Matt Olson hitting dingers, Austin Riley doing his thing, Ronald Acuna Jr. he doing his thing. Like when the atmosphere of the Braves is at its high, they just play with so much confidence. And this is the guy we're going to need down the line as the season continues, and he's doing a great job right now. So, bar injury, man, I just think this team is the best team in the major league right now. The record speaks for itself. But the way they're playing baseball is just, this is the type of baseball we love to see from the Braves because when the Braves have these type of teams, they go far in the playoffs. And that's and when these teams when the Braves teams go far in October, we usually get to the big game. So I'm looking forward to see how they continue this season. But yeah, man, I think for me personally, he's been the biggest factor of how this team has really stepped up, right? Because this is another guy he bats at the bottom of the lineup. So when you have hitters like a Matt Olson, who has 15 home runs, 44 RBIs, when you have a guy like that who's hitting at the top, the top four, and then you have the middle's okay, but when you have that back end bringing in runs, that keeps the train going. So yeah, man, I just been enjoying it, man. I've really been enjoying it, and yeah, man. So that's what I got.
Alright, last question for you before we go. Blind ranking. Season ends today. Who's the final four teams fighting to get to the World Series?
Well, of course, the Braves.
Mm,
I'm gonna take two teams from both conferences. Braves, the number one team. Dodgers, number two. Right now, I would say the Yankees, and a team that's people are sleeping on, the Cleveland Indians or the Guardians. I'm sorry, sorry,
Cleveland Guardians.
the Guardians. Yeah, even though the Tampa Bay Rays are leading the American League right now, but the Guardians have, you know, they're on a 73 win streak. Their last 10 games. Early in the year, they had won like 10, 11 games straight. Right, so this is a young team that's coming along as well. Right, so I think from that standpoint, those are my if I had to choose 4 teams today who will be in the American League Championship and in the National League Championship, Braves, Dodgers, Yankees, and I probably switch the Yankees out for the Rays. Rays, Guardians.
Braves, Dodgers, Rays, and Guardians.
Yeah, Braves, Dodgers, Rays, Guardian. Those 4 teams.
Okay, I like that. It's funny that you brought up the Cleveland Guardians because that's one team I do always hear about in baseball. Like the past few years, I've always heard about them, but it's like they play really good baseball and then they just get hit with a slump or they just fall off the cliff. And
Mhm.
that I don't know. I get tired of hearing about Cleveland Guardians, though. I want some consistency for them because every time I hear about them, it's like, yo, watch out for these guys. They are just like you say, they're just hitting on all cylinders. And then next thing you know, it's like, what happened to the Cleveland Guardians? They just fell off the map. So shoot,
Mhm.
that's interesting though. I like that. I really do like that. But shoot, I want to thank everybody for listening to this episode of the Grateful Take, just unconventional Grateful Take. You can always follow me on all my social medias, just unconventional on Facebook and Instagram, SIJ Wrestle for my wrestling fans. I do have some content coming up for you because we got to talk about, WWE and AEW and the events that has happened recently. And then also I have a hot take coming for news that I've heard. Unless some news breaks tonight and these guys get a new contract, then I could just throw that hot take out and throw it in the ground. But I'm saving it for next week. But yeah, we have a good show coming for you next week. We're gonna be talking about the NBA draft. You already got a little snippet of it. I told my cousin about the 7-3 Italian Wemby, so I know he about to look into him. So going back and forth between him and Maya, but the Italian Wemby, it's just the development part that hasn't made me jump on it. But it's not his development; it's Quinn Snyder developing him. That's what I mean by that when I say that right there. So we're gonna step back in and
Mhm.
talk about the NBA draft, and I'll give some takes on some guys I feel like the Hawks should take, and also some trade options as well that might start some conversations online, hopefully, and very interesting. We're gonna talk, of course, about the NBA, see what's going on with that. I got a new ranking for you. I got 5 guys in WWE I feel like they need to take off the leash. Like they need to go ahead and get them boys off and let them go. So I'm gonna talk about that, and we'll have a lot more for you. Once again, thank you guys for listening. You already heard my cousin; he's cooking up some stuff. We're gonna try to get him back in the lab. Go and check out some of his episodes of Grateful Gap Podcast. He has a lot of evergreen content. Make sure you go and follow me, just unconventional, Facebook, Instagram. Seriously, it's just wrestling, Facebook and Instagram. And we are done. Play me out. Peace, peace, peace. You're gonna have a couple seconds laid over, cuz though.
That's fine. I can edit it all out. Like I said,